Expression of ideas like brotherly love through the symbolism of the trowel may seem uh, at the surface to be relatively straightforward. Everything you do should be done with love and kindness. Um, but I think if you sit down and reflect on it mentally, there's a lot more to explore, particularly in the mechanisms and the methods we use to express that brotherly love and affection to folks in their times of need or what have you. So today I'd like to lean in a little bit more on that conversation and talk about um, some of the ways we might express brotherly love in that context, such that we're not going to uh, sort of go against what our intents are in terms of delivering that care. So I think it's pretty obvious that the way we care is going to vary from person to person. That we have default sort of modalities in how we do that. So some folks care by spending time and attention. Some folks care by providing space and compassion. Some folks care, by maybe thoughtful inquiry. And every one of those expressions might be the right thing at the right place at the right time. As we start to review and think about what those expressions might be, it becomes pretty obvious, I think, for most folks that the the situation that you might be faced with as a lodge or as an individual will necessitate different types of care at different times. When someone is grieving, for example, it's not the time necessarily to go into sort of investigative inquiry. It's more maybe a time to express care and compassion, or maybe acts of service or kindness, thoughtfulness, getting flowers, that kind of stuff. Every one of those sort of acts of care and compassion will again vary based on the situation. So as we evaluate how to apply and when to apply, um, uh, again, beyond the kind of surface level stuff, there's a lot more nuance here than I think we often give credit for. And for as much as there is the nuance in how we express that brotherly love and compassion to others in specific situations, there's also the need to apply those same principles to ourselves and our own behavior and to the community at large. So things like being compassionate and careful with yourself, care filled with yourself. Um, Making sure that you have using all the tools of Freemasonry, looking on a longer timeline, understanding, for example, that perhaps a mistake you may have made or an error in judgment is almost never permanent. Those kinds of applications of care start to really make the trowel, which is such a kind of a one-stop shop for an easy concept, really contain a ton more nuance and a ton more careful sort of reflection required in its use. So while you're reflecting this week, spend some time reflecting on the trowel.